8 of the world's mountains, including the highest, lie within its borders. Kathmandu is the capital Valley, which also contains Patan and Bhaktapur, at an elevation of approximately 370 meters by about 700,000 people. Kathmandu is the most developed. This particular area, best known as Kathmandu, most of the temples here, both Hindu and Buddhist, are built with intricately carved exteriors. Built in the late 17th century, this temple is one of the most impressive. Its 9-step brick base gives it the size which dominates the skyline. Windows and struts are beautifully carved. There is a shrine. The palace complex was the 19th century and is the site of important ceremonies. The palace is decorated with elaborately carved wooden windows and the entire palace complex here is named after Hanuman. One can see a huge Hanuman painted all red right in front of the palace. Hanuman here is regarded as about the entire Durbar Square. Hanuman Palace complex consists of a huge, imposing a tremendous variety of temples dedicated to gods and goddesses. Most of the buildings we see here date from the 15th to the 18th century. This huge stone image of Bhairav represents deity Shiva station. It is undated, current location by King Pratap Malla after it was found in a city. This is the most famous bar used by the government as a place for people to swear the truth. Though decreased from its original size and attractiveness from its earlier 17th square, still displays an ancient surrounding that spans around 5. It has palaces, temples, quadrangles, courts, and images that were brought together over 3 centuries. The World Heritage Site is the social and focal point of the city. So a busy trading area with taxis, fruit sellers, rickshaw drivers.
Basically, we provide you the lodge, and in the lodge you get a room, bed, and a pillow. But you have to have your own sleeping bags available. But sometimes you have to pay additional. And the food based on the menu. Whenever they have a menu in the tea houses, it's a menu. And during the trek, yes, you cover you can because it will help you to avoid the sickness or the water pills. You should not compete with other people, but you should have your own rhythm, power that you can do it, you will do it.
This trek takes us from the Mount Everest at an elevation of 5,400. The journey begins with a 40-minute flight from Gla. For many people, this is the plane they have ever travelled on and an exciting start to the journey. Planes flying to Lukla from Kathmandu have no radar system on. They cannot take off until they are told that the weather conditions are suitable where we will be landing regularly. It is common to see porters offering their services in the area would have these organised by now. The skies above it can be surprisingly busy. The planes carrying tourists, you can see army at the airport. A variety of shops and lodges where one can have basic West and pick up any last minute items for trekking or climbing ahead. There are many restaurants in Lukla before you begin the first day's trekking. The menu in Lukla will have a large variety of foods like fried rice, meat at home. People avoid eating meat from here onwards as there is no cold storage. Ding should take between 2 to 3 hours going at pace. The trail starts with the eastern side on the left bank of the Dukosi River, the view for most of today's walking. The path with steps leading you both upwards and down, but by Ding you will be almost 200 metres lower than you were at location available at Pak Ding. The Namaste Lodge building with a large dining room, full bar and a cyber cafe. The quality is very basic, the room and one pillow. There are no electricals shared. Today's trekking will take somewhere between. The journey from Pak Ding starts off very easy, followed below, and above and all around you are surrounded by rhododendron. There are several small villages along the way to stops, like this one in Monjo. As you leave Monjo in the direction of Namche, you enter Sagarmatha National Park. To buy a ticket and fill out a form, you will need to show your passport here and provide a passport. You will have to use the suspension bridges to cross the Dukosi River. Decorated the sides of the bridges with prayer flags, made for prayers, as the bridges are all made of steel and feel very... On the far side of known as Jorsel, there are no shops after the advised to stock up on water and food. Jorsel, there is a suspension bridge to cross. The trek gets surprisingly difficult. It's very steep and continually upwards. There is no leveler. This section of the walk may take 2 or more hours. Fitness may find that they can walk for several minutes only, and then need to take their breath. At this altitude, your body will notice the lack of oxygen. Be especially noticed if you attempt things like or exert your body in any way. As you reach Namche, you have to pass a police. Here they will ask to see the ticket you purchased at the entrance to the Sagarmatha. The most important town in the Khumbu region, the land of the Sherpa people. This town is located at 3,440 metres above the of the last day. You will feel the rest day at Namche is well deserved. This will help your body in more easily. The most common walk to the Everest View Hotel. From here on a clear day are views of Everest. This walk should only take, leaving you plenty of time to explore Namche. This place every morning in the town centre. Tibet to trade here on the far side of the Himalayas. It looks like a second-hand clothes market with everything spread, but in fact most of the goods you will find here are new in here. Namche Bazaar. Items like down jackets, shoes, socks, gloves, scarves, suntan cream, internet cafes, making it in the region where trekkers can access the internet. They connect via satellites, and so the resulting connection speed. The village also contains a German bakery region for providing good quality Western food and pizza. The walk from Namche to Tenboche should take between 5 and 7 hours. There is a large in Namche, with many new lodges being built. The sound is replaced with the sound of the wind blowing in the trees, and the calming sound here has changed so quickly. Boche Monastery can be seen in the distance on a clear day, as well as the summit of Everest. 20 minutes walking, the ground levels off and you'll find your... After an hour or two of level old bridge to cross the river. That was lost must now be gained with a tough 2-hour uphill walk. Stop here and have their lunch before attempting to make the final push for Tenboche. Drinks here might be 50% higher than it was in Lukla. Rice, soup and bread will be mostly the same. The lack of oxygen in the air is really noticeable at this stage, at a reasonable pace. Everyone else is unsteady. The village is located at an altitude of 3,867 Asteri, the largest in the Khumbu region. Built in 1923, but was destroyed by fire in 1980. It is rebuilt with the help of volunteers and the provision of foreign. From here, Everest and Amadablam. All the traffic heads through the centre of Tenboche, so it's a great place to relax. Porters and trekkers go about their business. Centre of the village for camping and several lodges to choose. There's an internet cafe here, but not always work. There is the village, which claims to be the high, and at nearly 4,000 metres it's easy to believe. Cakes here are delicious until baked yesterday. The quality in the lodges is in Namche. The dining area is uncomfortable, with the small. Most people will eat their food by 7 p.m. and go to bed. To Dingboche starts off gently sloping downhill, but shortly after River Valley. Visiting this region of Nepal will only go as far as Tengboche. There are less trekkers, porters and yaks along the path. There are some lovely family-run tea houses to stay, serving up tasty drinks like hot lemon or yak milk tea. Trekking, with the journey taking up to 6 hours. Boche is located in the Chokhung Valley at an altitude of 4. The village relies heavily on tourists, with lodges and tenting most of Dingboche. The Imja River flows the village. There is a bar here with a pool table. Expensive internet cafe and satellite phones are available at a high price. Climb up the edge of the hill, providing a great view down into the Chokhung. Take a short break here and prepare themselves for the long march ahead, depending on how the altitude affects you. Along the side of the valley, if you look down to the left at the base, you can see a small. The walking today is along relatively level ground along this route, so if you need to refresh with a drink or some food, available shop. 2 or 3 lodges and a cambuche. Exposed, and the high winds can go around the village. Because of this, most trekkers choose to relax indoor. Accommodation available. Share a room with a stranger, or even sleep on the dining room floor. There is no way around this, as the nearest lodges, many are. For a little over 5 kilometers. It does not sound like much, but there is no clear path and you have to walk over loose rocks, which add to the difficulty. The small village of Gorak Shep is actually the original base. The small village is located at the base of a peak column below the impressive south face of Pommery, from base camp to peak. Due to the structure of Everest, the peak difficult and dangerous. Helicopters in the base camp region. Because the air is so thin, landing and taking off can be difficult. Unlike at base camp when you are looking up the Khumbu icefall, the ice summit Everest. In months of April,
Actually, we are right now biggest phase movement, and this is the place. The name is Pashupatinath. Opposite of the Ming, there is Golden Temple, and that's Shupatinath. That means it's holy animal place. That's why. See, if you go after, you can see the monkey, cow, dog. Means we have transportation, the aeroplane to far to travel. And near the temples and ghats over here, front of me, there is the place which is like a triangle, and for triangles are cremation, and we burning here for a day more than 30 to 35 bodies are, and sometime as less also 10 to 15, as in 24 night also, day, morning, every time, because this is the biggest temple, and when they die, the 20%, and almost they are like carry up any river, and almost we are like 60% we are sick. We go hospital, as doctors say no more hope, and they'll go there, and that house they provide from government, educated of government, and minimum 10 to 12 kilogram the butter are made from machine. The human bodies are all over the world. Europe, them they are black, you know. Human bodies are they made from material, and after families are when they come, the body we burn the naked, and when we die, the families are they take the priest. For the democracy time, we have according the caste system, and right now before. And 95 people are so many, they have to wait, and that's why the government they build the 3 platform new. Almost like when they bring body here from hospital, whole family, relatives, one by one they come queue by queue, and they are up in flower market, flower necklace, like red powder of gold, and some are ring, silver, and that, and they mix in us, and they push into the river, sometimes they are going south and sometimes they found. It's mixed in the Banaras in India. And this river name is because this is come from the Himalayas and 200 kilometers down in north, and they come from the mouth of, that's why we call the Bagmati. Bagmati means Bag means tiger, Mati means wash place, and temple, those are dedicated of Shiva. Shiva is the biggest temple. Around here and 108 worship from the like a red color, yellow color, flower. Morning 5 to 6 o'clock, priests they go inside, they worship from red color. More than 300-400 years old built. Some are like untemples are. Because 108 temple, they was not built the one king, was built the different kings are.
So actually until 16th to 17th century in our Nepal we have many. Right now you are in the main square of this place and it's called the Darbar Square. And you can find in the pagoda. And pagoda is originally from in Nepal, which is Indian art, which is, you can find in southern part of and is to by the Buddhist art. It's found in Nepal also. So in Damas for 3 different art and architect. So first one you find everywhere here we have a nice wood carving here, woodwork here. So generation to generation they are making their work as a woodcut. In some people they are making here now. And second is the they are making the poetry here. This is the painting and which is blessed. And there is one school and you can see the 40 artists and 6 teachers from the painting exhibition here. So this is the 3 things city. There is a one column, there is the column there and that's the king. And he is this place and his name is Bhupati. You have a praying statue inside of the golden gate. There is a beautiful as a Kumari and Taleju temple inside here. We'll go to look there also. The buildings here and these are the king palace. So when at that time these are palace here. But nowadays in the government they provide as a national art. And there is a black window one. There is a fine carving and which is and you know actually in the this poetry generation they are still making it here. So they have a one and inside of the wooden wheel they put in the clay and this is a typical one. No? And but nowadays and they have they put in the motor by electricity also they are making the old heritage UNESCO monument. So and some the houses build the house like this and the municipality they provide them for, and mostly the people they make some statue and this one windows they come here and they will buy it from them. Our incoming source, some more than people they are the farmer here in Batapu city and they do as a business. Normally the people Tibet out of Kathmandu Valley, they are the lamas, they are the school of the art and they will make it the art and this and they live their life. And actually it's no? And you know in Nepal we have a separate kingdom, we have separate kingdom in the Kathmandu Valley, so in the city of Kathmandu Valley. So there is a one king and he have a 3 sons, he is the king. No? And he divided the 3 different states and Kathmandu we have 3 states here. So until during that time we have only one son and they are 3 brothers and they all want to be the king of the 3 different states. When you go to here, yeah, and there is a big bell. We don't have a communication here. In that time we didn't have a satellite. No. And it is 6.0 square kilometers.
Ambunath is an ancient religious top in the Kathmandu city. It is also known as the Monkey Temple, being in parts of the temple in the northwest. Sacred sites of Buddhist pilgrimage in Nepal, second only to Buddhanath. The site has two access points, a long stairway to the east and a car road around the hill from the south leading to the south. Painted statues of the Buddha in a meditative pose. In early morning they are usually to bed down on the ground as a token of oration. The first sight on reaching is the Vajra. This is a large golden object to represent firmness of spirit and spiritual power. So the stupa, a variety of shrines and temples, including the stupa has Buddha's eyes and eyebrows painted. Between them there is something painted which looks like but is in fact the Nepali symbol of unity. There are also shops, restaurants and hostels. On each wisdom and compassion. Above each pair of eyes is a third eye. It is said that when cosmic rays emanate from the third eye, which acts as a messenger that can come down to earth to listen to the Buddha. Hundreds of Buddhist and Hindu pilgrims ascend the 300 and climb the hill from the east is the first shrines set into the base. Each shrine protected by a heavy metal gate. The Dhyani Buddha's Doric Buddha who was born near the present-day city of Lumbini in this. Each of the 5 shrines is surrounded by exquisite. Between these shrines, facing the sub-cardinal directions, containing consorts of 4 of the Dhyani Buddhas. Not only the largest stupa in Nepal, but also one of the largest. This white pagoda that stands on its feet falls in the way of the ancient trade route between beacons that passed either way. And hermits have rested and offered prayers here. This place saw many refugees in the early 50s. It was the time when China redeclared Tibet as its integral part. Exodus followed, and many of the refugees settled in the area around. They established many gumpas. Tibet is still the best place in the valley to observe Tibetan lifestyle. Monks walk about in maroon robe around the stupa. The second and third generations are sadly Tibetan culture and are intermingling in the Western world. Like all other monuments in Nepal, it is very difficult to zero that Buddhanath was constructed in the 5th century. The stupa doos. The area around the Buddhanath feast to the eyes, typical to all Tibetan Buddhist sites.
One of the second largest city of Nepal. It is historical city in Nepal city, which are Kathmandu Darbar Square and Bhaktapur Darbar Square. We have written history that year before Christ, 300 years after in Nepal, the Kirati dynasty 1000 years, 250 years before Christ, famous Indian Emperor Ashoka established one pillar. Birthplace of Buddha is Lumbini. Here in 4 stupa, which are indicated west side, north side. So if you go from here, it is the evidence of dynasty of Nepal. Sikhara style temple, we call Tibetan Nepali style temple. This temple is dedicated to Krishna and his girlfriend. Krishna is god of love. This temple only one day after Krishna birthday. This year we have Krishna birthday, and 24th of August was all public people enter and worship god of love Krishna. Till 1637 it had taken time to construction were started 1620 to 1647. It has 21 pinnacle, one of the famous Shikara style Mughal influence we call. Here will be great festival occasion of Krishna birthday 20 wood carving, metal carving. So what you can find here all are these are world class.
National Park is situated southwest of Kathmandu. Widely the best national parks in Asia, covering up 932 square kilometres, best national park of the country. Established in 1973 to ecosystem of significant value to the entire world, the Terai lowlands of South Central. In the northwest section of the known as the Bandarjola, which is surrounded by the Narayani unique island, consists of a forest, tall grassland, marshland, bow lakes. It is here that this jungle is offering the opportunities to experience the excitement. Visitors have ample opportunities to see a wild species. Inside Bandarjola, you will expect at its best, as the topography of the forest intersects with grassland, together with plenty of water within proximity for wildlife to thrive. Visitors will be invited to climb on board the elephant, the famous elephant shower. Jungle Walk Tours allows you to explore several different habitats grassland to the dense sal forests, where you can get a spot animals at your own pace. Since it disturbs the animals less to walk through the forest, you use for discovering wildlife. When we'll also get a chance to see the different kinds of plants in the park. While taking the tour, it is by the sloth bears. The walk, we are surrounded by 3 bears, which can be a frightening experience. They are armed only with wooden sticks. Deep into the jungle through tall grasslands. We become an integral part of the life of the Chitwan National Park. The elephant safari, though not the most common, is an amazing experience, and it doesn't take least a rhino in these forests. The park is home to the great one-horned Indian rhino. A dugout canoe ride over the shallow rapids of the Raptiland gives you the opportunity to view exotic species. Crocodiles can be seen basking in the sun along the banks of the river, a safe distance. The canoe 25 minutes, and it can be incredibly relaxing, listening to the sounds of the birds singing. The best time to take the canoe ride is either at sunrise or sunset. Can be spectacular.
They are manufacturing in Patan